They're used much more like a truncheon. Very, very heavy. They're very, very effective to use to battering and hitting. In this video, we're going to be talking all about Sai that we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the history, what they're made of, what you'd use them for and what styles use them, and at the end I'm going to put together a little montage of different styles training with Sai. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 33 years and I've been the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 16 years. If you're liking this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the Sai weapons that we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. So having been in the shop for 16 years, you heard loads of stories and lots of people have different opinions on weapons and the history and where they came from. I always understood Sai to be associated with rice farming, so almost acting like a dibber. So making a hole in the ground ready for the rice plant, and you'd store up all the little rice plants in the extra arch, although these obviously are very big now. But traditionally they'd be much thinner, much more like the Jitte that we do have for sale as well, and you can see it's a much closer prong. And you store up all the little rice plants in that prong, and you dib it in the ground and push a rice plant in, and you go along dib, and then fill up a few more rice plants, dib. It's a really quick, easy way to plant rice. Now, before I made the video, I thought I'd just look it up on Wikipedia just to check to make sure that was true, and there didn't seem to be any history or any mention of that at all, so I don't know if that's true, but you're very welcome to comment on the video because it'd be really interesting to know a bit more about the history. But it seems like Sai have come from all over the place. Loads and loads of Asian countries have historically got Sai as a weapon and using them as a weapon. Now, one misconception about Sai is they should be sharp, and I think the movies have a lot to answer for in this, because usually in movies you see them being very sharp and they're used as kind of daggers. And a lot of the time they are called Sai Daggers, or people will search for Sai Daggers, but actually they're used much more like a truncheon. Now, as soon as you pick a pair like these up that are very heavy, you know exactly why they're used as truncheons. Very heavy, a lot of weight coming into the end of that, like smacking people, and that's actually really going to hurt, to the point where the Japanese police actually use these as truncheons. So yeah, they're very effective to use as like battering and hitting, definitely not for stabbing. Now, the little prongs on the side also, you see a lot of variations, again with the Jitte much closer. Sometimes you see these ones flicked round, so it's kind of like a hand guard rather than effectively, these are called like sword catchers, sword grabbers. You get loads of different variations. You get variations in the pommels, you get variations in the length and the, you know, the end and how it's shaped. These ones are round. We also do sell the hexagonal ones, the octagonal Sai. So loads and loads of different variations inside. These ones, like I said, are round all the way up, very smooth, quite wide prongs, which taper off, and it tapers off on the end as well, and it's got a very round pommel. Sometimes these pommels change, and we'll do our best to update the pictures on the website so you know exactly what you're buying if there are any changes. So as I said before, these are a Japanese weapon, but actually these days there's not that many styles that teaches Sai. There are, like, a lot of the Japanese weapons are getting more and more obscure, and these are absolutely no exception at all. So finding a club teaching Sai is quite a rare thing nowadays. But if you can find a Japanese Kobudo class, almost certainly you're going to be teaching them. Otherwise you might just have to rely on YouTube for videos and a lot of self-practicing, maybe find a mate to train with. That's probably where you're going to be training with these most of the time now. So let's just have a look at how they're made up. So it's made out of one single piece of solid steel, which has been polished to give it like a chrome shiny finish. Really solid, really heavy. When people pick these up in the shop, they're really surprised at the weight of them and actually how solid and durable they feel. The end pommel is like a cylinder, single round bit. These do change. Sometimes you get like a sort of hexagonal shape on the end. It's got a nice gold and black wrap. and then yeah, you've got these individual prongs and a chrome sort of truncheon all the way down, and it does have a slight point on it, but yeah, again, obviously not sharp. So let's just have a look at the dimensions of the Sai so you know exactly what you're going to be buying from us. So these are the 21.5-inch Sai, or 53 centimeters. Now the handle length, just to fit your hands, 6 inches or 15 centimeters. So just looking at the weight, these weigh in at 920 grams, so just under a kilo. Just so you know, these do come as a pair. So Sai usually when you buy them come as a pair, and that's exactly what you get from Enso. At Enso Martial Arts we have quite a wide range of Japanese Kobudo weapons. So as well as the round Sai, we also have the hexagonal Sai, wooden tonfa, these in black. We also do the natural wood. Wooden kama, again we also have these in black. As I showed you earlier, the individual Jitte, much more commonly used, red oak bokken, wooden wakizashi, the shoto, and of course a wide selection of nunchaku. So as promised at the beginning of the video, here's a short montage of people training with Sai. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the Sai weapons that we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. If you like this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!